Good morning. This is Norma Cowie for Wednesday's Norma Talks. Now, if you happen to have watched A Sunday Thought on Sunday, you will have seen or heard me say how tired I was because I had done 2 weddings the day before. And I was really very tired, and my mind was scrambled because I couldn't get my words out effectively at all. And I actually thought about just deleting the whole thing because I felt I didn't sound like, a sane person. And I also thought, you know what, that happens in life, but sometimes you are tired and your mind isn't working very well. So after I had finished a Sunday Thought, got everything organized the way, as I usually do after, I, went on with my day. And then I came to an point, and I often do this, and maybe some of you out there do it too. When you're not feeling really up to snuff or great or whatever, you'll give yourself a treat. So I'm sitting there thinking, I think what I'll do is I'll go out and I'll get myself a chai tea latte, which is one of my treats from the local Starbucks, which is just up the road from me, an easy drive. And so, I just remembered, I've got to pick up some prescriptions at the drugstore. And so I go out. Now, what I was doing when I was going out was taking some garbage out to put in our garbage from the apartment block I'm in. There's a place outside where we can put our garbage. So I was kind of a bit loaded down. And then as I was just about going out the door, I went, my phone. So I went back to get my phone. Now I had everything kind of all, so I put the phone in my hand. Now this is, and I went out, unlocked the door, went out, and I got to my car and I went to put my purse in. And you see, usually I put my phone inside my purse. Mistake number 1. So anyway, I'll come back to what I actually do with the phone. So I come back and then I go take the garbage out. And also I have because my back and which a lot of people don't really know this, I have a walker. And if I know I'm going to be walking quite a distance, I'll put the walker in my car, which I did. And then I went, where's my phone? I couldn't, so I'm searching everywhere, can't find my phone. Oh, well, I'll figure it out. It'll come. Now, I'm going to come back to the symbol. All things are possible, right? Now, I know in some of my teachings and those that watch Monday nights at mental mind treatments, like the prayer technique, I went, well, I know that nothing is really lost, so I'll find it. It'll be here somewhere. But I'll go off. So off I went, drove to the drugstore. Then I just drove to the Starbucks. And then I went, I really feel I really need a really extra special treat. So I went to DQ and to get a larger ice cream than I usually have. It was really, not good, but when I'm feeling tired, sometimes you just need sugar, I guess. I don't know what that is about, but so I come home, still search my car. I'm laden down with my drink and my ice cream, and I pull out and I have a way in which I carry everything up and down my hallway with my walker. I'm really telling secrets here. Most people don't know that's how I get around in this apartment block. And then I went back I came home, inside, can't find my phone. Go back outside to the car, can't find my car. I'd search the car. I search everywhere. There's no phone, no phone. There is a moral to this story, by the way. And as I said, all things are possible. So I sit down and I'm working and I began to think, where is this phone? So I have my iPad. So I text 2 of my friends. Can you please phone me? Because I've misplaced my phone. Well, usually when that happens, it could be put somewhere and you can hear it ring. No ringing, no ringing. The next minute, one of my friends is frantically at my door. I have a patio suite, so she comes down the outside and she's the door to let her in because I hadn't unlocked. I was so out of it that day. I hadn't unlocked the door. And so she comes in, she said, Norma, I've been phoning. Someone's stolen your phone because I've been phoning and there's been, it's not even going to voicemail. Someone's on your phone. So she tries again and she can hear it ringing, but there's no. So I said, well, let me take a look Oh, I know that happened later. So I said, well, look, come with me and see what you can find. So we go down outside my car, and I'm laughing because really, this is crazy. She dials the phone and I hear it ringing, but I can't see the phone anywhere. And she says to me, no, and I'm over by the driver's side. She's by the passenger side. And she says, Norma, come here. Come here. So I walk around the back of the car. She said, look. And there on the top of the car is my phone, lying right on the front top. Now I have a Kia, and it has a little strip out there that's probably maybe a quarter of an inch, maybe I don't think it's half an inch wide. And the phone was adjacent to that. And so I found my phone. But what I want you to know is through this whole time where I didn't know where my phone was, I just kept knowing nothing is lost and everything is possible. That was the key to the card, the magician. Everything is possible. I have everything required. Obviously, I needed a friend with a phone to ring because I never thought to look on the top of my car, but it made sense when I look back. I had everything full, my phone in my hand. I must have put it on the top of the car. And then with my brain not always working at 100%, I forgot they'd done that. And I give thanks totally that phone was looked after because it has my life in it. None of us remember phone numbers anymore. None of us I used to have a book with everything in it. We don't do that anymore. It's all in the phone. And that's what my friend said, Norma, your phone is like your computer. So I know. So it was really I wasn't scared because I know nothing is lost and that everything is there if you it's like creating. How do you create that? But I want you to be aware of, I stayed calm through the whole thing. I didn't know where the phone was. And anyway, when I got back to inside my apartment with my friend and we looked at the calls that had come in, both friends had been calling basically at the same time and leaving messages. So that's why when this particular friend that was here with me was saying, someone's got your phone because then I can't leave a message, is because the other one was leaving a message. And so they were either texting or phoning all at the same time. So isn't that nice to have such wonderful friends that look after you? Because that's exactly what happened. I don't think I would have ever looked on top of that car. And yet that car did a circuitous journey. And as I pointed out to my friend, I didn't really go up any large hills. There's some rises, but it's not like no big hills. And I live in a valley. So again, the phone was right where I would have put it. See, and the awareness is that everything is available to you if you believe. Now, it sounds crazy, but I've worked with this for many, many years. When things don't seem to want to work right, excuse my throat, on top of it all, I slept in this morning, so I haven't done my usual get a wide awake yet. Now, and so I am going to have another cough. Just excuse me a sec. And a drink of water. Cheers. We are coming into fall here. You'll notice I have a little darker top today. So we're coming into fall, and so I'm not very happy because I love the heat, and we had a few weeks of heat, real heat. Lots of heat. And I was just talking to another friend yesterday. Oh, she said, I'm so glad the temperatures have gone down again. If she only knew, I'm very sad about that because I love the heat and I don't really want the heat to go. Anyhow, back to the thing. What is the real awareness of our belief system? Do we believe all things are possible? Do we believe what this particular symbol, which is the number 1 of the Higher Arcana of the Tarot, says? Everything and anything can be created if we aspire for it. Doesn't mean that it's always going to be easy. Doesn't always mean that everything just comes like a snap. No. But what it does mean, you have the tools to create and to do. If I had thought to look up at the roof of my car, the phone would have been there. If I had being able to remember that I actually placed it up there just to relieve my hands of all the things I had in it, my purse, my garbage, my this, my that. If I'd even thought of it, all I knew was it was in my hand at one point. Where did I drop it? Thinking I had dropped it, not put it up. Looked under everything. I had a good look at my car anyway. There was lots of things, under the seats, all that. And that's what we do in life very often. But the key is somehow I trusted it would be back. I knew from the symbol I had in the morning, all things are possible. All things were possible that phone would come back. Logically, how come it stayed on the roof when we went through here and here and there? How come? But it did, thank goodness, because of a little 1/4 inch holding it in place. Didn't go over any bumps, which is surprising because we've got nothing but road works all around us. I didn't stop very quickly, which could have sent it forward and across the top. Mind you, I might have heard that. But anyway, whatever. I have my phone. And it rang earlier, so we know it works and everything is all okay. Things are back to normal, whatever normal is. It's interesting in life how often we basically presume everything will go smoothly. And our faith, our belief, our trust in ourselves, trust in life, trust in the universal force of whatever you want to call that, that's important. It's an awareness of being. So as you grow, you also learn about yourself. You learn about what you need for whatever you need, even when there's lots of judgment about what you do or don't do. But you know yourself. At least we trust you know yourself. And so part of that is accepting who you truly are. Accepting and knowing that the force is always with you, no matter what your story is, because that's all it is a story. When you look back over your life, there's some stories you don't want to look at very much. You just want to hustle over those parts. And yet, in fact, you're going to go, some of those parts you don't want to look at, very often the parts that really have made you into being who you are. When you're younger, and I remember those times, and I was fearless in some respects and scared on others, is that we don't always act in a way that maybe when you've learned more, you would have done changes. And I find a lot of people live in regret or guilt over things that they've said, done, or wish they had said or done. And regret and guilt are the two things that I believe that we need to clear within ourselves before we make a final journey from this life into wherever we're going to go. And so it's like knowing and trusting that force is with you all the way, that you are supported and that you are loved beyond measure, no matter what you do. I know this world is full of judgments of you're supposed to do this and that and the other, or be this way or that way. And there's sometimes I still fall into that when I see somebody walking down the road looking really, really different, I'll say. And I go, why are they doing that? And then I have to remind myself, we all have choice. And if that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do. They're expressing themselves in perhaps a different way. But anyway, life is full of adventure. And again, just knowing that no matter what, everything is always in its right place and right time. I was just reminding somebody that the other day. Just remember, everything is in its right place and its right time. And that is something we're not taught. That is something I came to know from experience. When I would be upset because something didn't occur the way I wanted it to, I would remember that everything is in its right place and its right time. And consequently, my phone was in the right place at the right time, and I got to spend an hour with my friend that I wouldn't have had to spend with. But bless her heart, she came over. What a good friend that is. Quite frantic, thinking that someone had stolen my phone when it hadn't. And that's life. Everything is in its right place, and so are you. You're in your right place. You might make different decisions and change things, but that's life. That's what we do. Just know that you are loved and all is well, and you are magnificent. You have a great day. Thank you for listening. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for your comments. Thank you just for being you. See you next time.